So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Anirin here, and today it is time for yet another episode of our FIFA 20 Newcastle career mode. We're into the month of December now in this series. Last time out we had a ridiculous episode. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend going and checking it out because it had the most goals of any episode so far, the most craziness, the most carnage of any of the episodes that I've seen so far, of anyone to be honest with you on YouTube so far. The link to the playlist will be in the top right of the screen, so make sure to go and check that one out. Then we saw 19 goals in total in 4 games, which is mad. If we see that same sort of entertainment today, I'll be very happy and very impressed. The FA, or the Premier League Association, seem very happy with what we did as well, because all of the players that are available to get Player of the Month they're all Newcastle players. Joe Linton, Danny Olmo, Son Maximin, and Isaac Hayden. If you were wondering what games you're going to be seeing in today's video, we've got a Carabao Cup quarter-final tie up against Mansfield Town. Props to Mansfield Town. I think, were they promoted to League One recently, I want to say. Then we've got Southampton, Sheffield United, and Burnley in the league. Now, your player of the episode from last time was the Brazilian striker Joe Linton. I suppose it's not really much of a surprise. The whole episode was named after him. Grabbed a hat-trick against Aston Villa, scored against Chelsea, scored against Bournemouth, I believe, as well. Alan Son Maximin was second in that vote, so he gets 2 points in the player of the episode competition. Third in that vote as well was Ki Sung Young, who gets himself on the board for the first time. Now, the first thing I'm actually going to do in this episode is start up some youth scouting. It's not something we've looked into during the course of this series so far, but I'm going to try and bring in 1, maybe 2 youth scouts to start off things here. First of all, we're not going to go for the 5-star 5 stars because I think they're so overrated. We're going to bring in Liam Cunningham, Irish scout. For a start, we're going to go to England because obviously it's the most realistic to scout, especially with Newcastle, who tend to bring in Newcastle-based players from their youth academy. But if you've got any suggestions on places you want to scout, then drop them down in the comment section below. I've got the cheat engine running on this save, so I can pretty much scout anywhere at all. Let's be honest, Brunei is definitely coming. But now we move out onto the pitch because it is time for that first game in the EFL Cup quarterfinals against Mansfield Town. Fair play to these lot for getting this far. I'm not going to underestimate them at all. We've got some very decent players in terms of overalls in and around the place, and they have got this far, so there's no reason why I should underestimate them. We have gone for a sort of changed side, but that's only because we've got a Premier League game literally 3 days after this, and the stamina will be abysmal for that. Eberichi Eze is starting. The hero of the United game, Matty Longstaff, gets his first start of the series, except he's only 63 overall, and he should be higher than that, clearly. All right, let's go. We're at the home of Mansfield Town as well for this one. I got the home advantage. We've taken maybe a few hundred lucky Newcastle fans down to the East Midlands for this one. We are facing one of the best scorers in this competition, though. McDonald has 3 goals from 3 games at this point. So this then for the opportunity to get into the final 4, the semi-finals of the EFL Cup. Notoriously, we do tend to do very well in this competition on this channel. I don't really know why. I'm looking forward to seeing what Matty Longstaff does. I know he's only 63 rated. I'm not expecting the world from him. Got a chance on the edge of the area already, and it wasn't a bad effort. Keat makes the save for Mansfield. White McNeil then to swing the resultant corner in towards Paul Dummett, who thumps it into a different postcode with the header. Gonna play the ball through for Marlon. Back to Shelvey again. Now into Andy Carroll. Hit well, but straight at the keeper, really, and Keat pushes it away for another corner. Mansfield definitely struggling to get a foothold in the game. They're probably expecting a game like this, though, as Donyell Marlon finds the top corner. And now it really is a difficult task for Mansfield. Really, really good effort there, right into top bins from the young Dutchman. First time, smashes it past Mansfield's goalkeeper, who was having a good game in fairness. Shelvey into Carroll, lays it on into Donyell Marlon. The keeper had absolutely no chance. And now they've got to come out and attack us, which could make things more difficult for us or a lot easier for us. And Joe Shelvey heads over to take the corner this time. He'll swing it in. Andy Carroll obviously is the danger man. Towards Carroll this time. Well punched clear by Keat. Into McNeil. Saved again by the goalkeeper through the bodies. Impressive stuff because he can't have seen that one coming. It may have just hit him. Here comes Mansfield again right at the end of the half. This is Maynard over into Benning. First time ball is towards Bishop. and it's just wide. Mansfield end a half that they weren't really that involved in with a pretty decent chance. Bishop's header bouncing into the ground. The centre-back who was marking him, I think it may have been Lejeune, just didn't jump for it at all. John Joe Shelvey, who will try and lift it in, but wasn't many people in the area. He gets the ball back. Shelvey cut back here in towards Andy Carroll, got clear, back into the danger zone. It is 2-0. It's a harsh goal on Mansfield because it looked like they got rid of the danger, but Andy Carroll is there with the right-footed half volley to steer it past the goalkeeper. It's 2 goals in 2 games for the Newcastle big man. The ball actually originally was towards him. Bishop threw himself at it. Yedlin then nods it back into the middle. No one is there, unfortunately, in a Mansfield shirt to get it clear. Carroll on the turn, half volleys it in. Keeper's obviously got no chance. It is 2-0. It's starting to look like mission impossible for Mansfield now. But you never know. They've still got 40-odd minutes of this game left to go to try and get something back here. Maybe wondering why DeAndre Yedlin's actually playing in this game, given we've got a league game coming up. I am going to try and take him out of the team and play someone like Jetro Willems instead. Marlon comes forward. That's cut back here. John Joe Shelvey saved by Keith. Carroll Longstaff played through there into Sean Longstaff. The 2 brothers combine. Is that 3-0? It is indeed. I thought it might have been offside for a second. Lovely move. Ends with Matty Longstaff playing it into his older brother, and Sean slots it home. Oh, good stuff. Oh, brotherly love. It's absolute family goals here at Mansfield. Lovely move as well. Matty Longstaff then plays it into his brother Sean. It's simple as you like, really. I think we've kind of turned up the heat a little bit in this second half. Now over towards Matty Longstaff. Work yourself some space, son. Oh, it's off the post. It deserved better from Matty Longstaff. It could have been both siblings scoring in the same game. Such a good effort. Once again, a goal from outside the area denied by the woodwork. How many times has that happened now in this series? That is your final whistle, though. It's a 3-0 victory away against Mansfield to book our place in the final 4 of the Carabao Cup. And Matty Longstaff, in his first full game as a Newcastle player, gets man of the match. Had a similar effect in real life as he seems to have in the game as well. 9.4 for him, 9.2 for Andy Carroll, who got himself a goal obviously in that game. Daniel Marlon and Shelvey came off late on. They were impressive, same as McNeil, and of course Sean Longstaff getting a goal right at the end there. So we had our cup distraction. Now it's time to get back into league activities. We're at St James's Park and we're facing Southampton. They've got an alright team, a very good midfield, strikers that can cause issues. Ings is always a good goal scorer. Shea Adams has got pace. Snow is falling all around us. Well, not me, and not you at home. I mean, as in the players, because it's snowing. It's the first time. That's an interesting graphic. I was kind of monging out at it for a second there, but Joe Linton basically is having an amazing season, and it's sort of projected how many goals he could potentially score. He's on 7 right now. His projected for the end of the season is 31. Now, the record for Premier League goal scoring is 32. So it really would be a campaign to remember for Joe Linton if he managed to beat that one. Now, Almiron's been set away here down the left-hand side. He'll cut that back for Isaac Hayden, who takes it in his stride, but McCarthy is up to the challenge. And that's a ball down the line into the ever-pacey Shea Adams. Saint-Maximin, though, is tracking back to try and deal with him and wins the ball back. Alan Saint-Maximin, take a bow defensively. He's given the ball away there, but I'll allow it. And a lovely 1-2 between Shea Adams and Danny Ings, and Adams is now away. You can already tell this is Southampton's game plan is to counter-attack. Adams into Ings, blocked slightly inadvertently there by Lascelles, I feel, but it's a block regardless. Danny Olmo there, skipping past the challenge of Wesley Hurt, and he's managed to win himself a free kick. Danny Olmo, alphabetically, but everyone loves to call him Elmo in the chat, which is brilliant. We'll see what he can do here from the free kick, the young Danny Elmo. What can he do? Times it relatively badly. Comes off the crossbar, though. Danny Olmo. Oh, wow. That was actually an alright effort. I'm terrible at free kicks this year, and I've hit the bar. How many times is Danny Olmo going to be denied a good goal by the bar or the post? Every time. Oh, my elbow. Danny Olmo and/or Elmo, as everyone likes calling him in the Premier, is due a good goal. I'm telling you now. Danny Olmo can set away Saint-Maximin. Southampton could be in issues here. Alan Saint-Maximin has his shot saved by McCarthy. That really should have been 1-0. Shea Adams is now going to try and make us pay down the left-hand side. He's got the beating of Isaac Hayden. He cuts back as well. Puts the ball in towards Ings. Lascelles gets there. That's Milivojevic and wide from the Serbian. Now, Almiron is looking dangerous again down this left-hand side. He's been getting a bit of joy down here. That's central now for Ki Sung-young. This is Joe Linton. Oh, what an effort from Joe Linton to give us the lead. That is a beautiful goal from the Brazilian. He goes over and celebrates in the snow with the Newcastle fans. Jetro Willems getting well into it as well. That is 1-0. It's a finish deserving of it. Ki Sung-young gets the assist into Joe Linton. Is it McCarthy? Southampton's keeper doesn't get near it. Joe Linton is in amazing form, and he's kept that going into today's episode. He knows where the goal is now from pretty much anywhere. That is probably one of the best goals he scored as well. Now into Almiron. Oh, that was almost another spectacular goal. Well, Prowse has now got a free kick quite far out, so he decides to dink it in. St. Maximin is there. Milivojevic, though, with the second bite of the cherry, heads it over the bar. So they've brought off Shea Adams. That's interesting. Shea Adams looked easily the most dangerous player at Southampton's disposal, but Ki Sung-young over into St. Maximin, back into Danny Olmo again. This is a lovely move, and Danny Olmo should have made it 2-0. Come on, that's a huge chance. Ki Sung-young there into Danny Olmo, still on the ball. Ki Sung-young again off the crossbar. Come on, lads. This is easy. This is easy stuff. How are you not scoring there? Danny Olmo and then Ki Sung-young both should have scored. Ki Sung-young again, and it's just wide of the far post. Feel like we're getting to a point where we do need that second goal just to shore things up now. Southampton have looked a little bit more dangerous of recent, and we could get it here. Joe Linton into Longstaff, and that is 2-0. Literally just saying we needed that second goal. Sean Longstaff off the bench again scores. He did it against Mansfield. He's off the bench now, and he's made it 2-0, and he should now have put this game beyond any doubt. It's snowing out on the pitch. Finally, we've got someone who's ice cold in front of goal. Now, Lemina's clipped this one over the top here into Jan Bednarek, who finds himself in all sorts of space down the right of all people. Carrillo chested into Ings on the turn. Milivojevic was there, cleared off the line by Cher. Someone in all of that, however, was offside. It was Milivojevic, so at no point would that have counted. And there you have it. 90 minutes is done and dusted. It's 2-0. It's 3 points, and it's a clean sheet for Martin Dubravka for the first time, I think, since like episode 4. Joe Linton is your man of the match. 9.4 rating for him. Obviously got himself a goal along with Sean Longstaff, Ki Sung-young, Isaac Hayden, and Jetro Willems as well, in my opinion, standing out in that one. Game 3, and we're heading over to Bramall Lane for the first time, probably in this channel's history. I don't think this stadium's ever been on this game before, so fair play. We're over there, and we're facing Sheffield United, who have actually made some interesting signings. They've brought in a couple of centre mids, which I think make them a lot more of a Premier League side. Because obviously in real life they're doing fantastically, but the ratings on this game of their normal team do not reflect that whatsoever. I didn't mention it in the build-up, but Sean Longstaff and Doniel Marlon are into the side. I think those are the only main changes. Oh, and Paul Dummett as well, in for Fabian Schär, because he asked to play this game. Interesting to see how Sean Longstaff does in a full game, because so far he's come off the bench twice in this episode and scored twice. Joe Linton, though, is the man to watch out for. He scored even more than that. 5 goals in his last 3 games, including that hat-trick against Aston Villa. So how will the likes of Billy Sharp, Ravel Morrison do against us in this game? Could be a challenge to defend against both of those guys, as Dubravka looked as if he was going to come for that and then left it. Marlon. Longstaff back into Marlon again. Really good work from him. The finesse, though, is straight at Henderson. Joe Linton there with the back heel. Marlon with a bit of skill. Lovely stuff from Doniel Marlon, still going. The shot, though, is a little bit wild. Miscues it. Good dribbling, though, from the Dutchman. He's so direct. I literally love wingers like this. Sheffield United are really giving off that aura they do in real life, where they're so tough to break down. They're not the best team on paper. We know that in real life as well. But they've got a top 5 in the league manager, in my opinion, and they're just impossible to actually break through. Got a corner here as well with Sergio Oliveira. That's into a very dangerous area. Hayden gets it clear, only into O'Donnell. Thankfully, it's an easy save and a catch for Dubravka. Longstaff into Joe Linton. Lovely first touch from him. Tries to lay it into Danny Olmo. Does so. The shot, though, is a pretty comfortable one, in all honesty, for Henderson to save. Just run into space here. Sheffield United not particularly closing him down. Had a run outside from Doniel Marlon, but he decided to stop it for some reason. Joe Linton dinks that in towards Longstaff. Jagielka makes a mess of it. Good read by the Sheffield United goalkeeper. And play it inside here now into Danny Olmo. Lovely touch from him. Ball towards the back post towards Joe Linton. But again, O'Connell gets it clear. I've tried playing my way through the Sheffield United team, and the five at the back is so difficult to break down. I've therefore tried crossing the ball in, and they just seem to be pummeling everything we put into the box back at us again. Danny Olmo, first time into Joe Linton, and back to Olmo once more. Now on to Donyell Marlon. This is a lovely move so far. Sheffield United players aren't going towards Marlon, who cuts inside and plays it straight at Henderson, but on the rebound, puts it in. It's harsh on Sheffield United, but Donyell Marlon gets himself a goal 10 minutes from time. It's a lovely counter-attack. It's a beautiful move, and finally, we have broken down the blade, skipping past that final challenge, cutting inside. Should really have scored with the first shot. Still really need to work on my shooting in this game, because at times I should be scoring and I'm playing it straight at the keeper. We did the job in the end. It's just about worked out, and with 10 minutes to go, Marlon breaks the deadlock. 3 goals in the Premier League now for him. That was not a long time coming, because we didn't exactly pepper Sheffield United's goal, but it took a lot of effort to get to this situation. Longstaff back towards Olmo again, but cleared by Jedson Fernandez, and Lascelles is caught flat-footed there by Billy Sharp. Sheffield United could have done better with that. They've still got the ball though now with Jedson Fernandez, and that is the end of the game. That actually crept up on me as well. Didn't even realise we were right at the end. Billy Sharp, if he takes that in his stride, could have been in on goal there, because Lascelles, I don't know what happened to him. He just didn't lock onto the ball. Danny Olmo gets himself the Man of the Match award with an 8.9 rating, and the man who won us the game in terms of the goal, Donyell Marlon, gets an 8.6. But here we are for the final game of today's video. It's away from home again, this time facing Burnley. They made a couple of good signings. James Milner and Nathaniel Klein both coming in from Liverpool, and Ryan Bertrand as well on the left-hand side of defence. We're not getting it very easy in this series right now. 2 places back-to-back to go to that are very difficult to get anything out of. First, Bramall Lane. Now we've got to go to the original OG fortress that is Turf Moor. We are the joint top-scoring team in the league, along with Tottenham, 28 goals, then Brighton, Bournemouth and Watford. Very interesting table there. Anyway, I suppose we've had quite a few high-scoring games where we've also conceded quite a few as well as scoring them. Joe Linton has definitely got the home kit on underneath the away kit. I mean, I guess he's used to warmer climates back in Brazil. It is the middle of winter right now. I just don't know if I would personally recommend wearing 2 shirts at the same time, but it's all right, fair enough. Hopefully we can get ourselves a good result, as Almiron just about keeps that one in. Dwight McNeil is arriving at the back stick. There is Dwight McNeil. Ryan Bertrand recovers well, though. Obviously, we signed McNeil from Burnley right at the start of this series, so if he gets himself a goal, it'll be quite a sucker punch for the Claret and Blue side, as Joe Linton can't quite get on the end of that corner. This, though, has come to Ki Sung-young. That is a horrendous effort from him. Ki Sung-young skipping away from the challenge very nicely. And again, great work from Ki Sung-young. And the ball now into Almiron. Slowed down a little bit is the Paraguayan. Hayden, that's in towards Miguel Almiron. Saved by Nick Pope. Yet again, another big chance goes begging. In terms of the 2 Premier League games, we've wasted so many chances. Might have another one here, though, as Hayden plays that into Miguel Almiron. Right, Miguel, you've got to score this time. He does indeed. It's 1-0. Miguel Almiron opens the scoring, and finally we've made the breakthrough. The away end is jumping. Miguel Almiron, who has struggled a little bit, I think, in the course of this series, has at least got himself a goal now. Plays it past Nick Pope, who made a great save earlier on to deny the very same player, but it's second time lucky for Almiron. Coming across there, I think, was Ben Mee as well. In the end, neither the defender nor the goalkeeper can prevent the inevitable. Burnley looking for a goal of their own. Dubravka comes out and claims. Isaac Hayden clips that one over the top here into Dwight McNeil. That's centrally for Joe Linton, and that is 2-0. Lovely stuff. Simple as you like. Joe Linton has his customary goal, and what a celebration from the Brazilian big man. Get your handstand out, Sonny Jim. Dwight McNeil gets himself an assist against his former club. Ball out wide is lovely from Isaac Hayden. Teasing ball in from McNeil. Joe Linton gets ahead of his man and just glances it into that bottom corner. This boy is suddenly on absolute fire. Joe Linton cannot physically stop scoring. It took him so long, realistically, in terms of league games, in terms of games generally, to become that consistent scorer. It was Danny Olmo for a while, and Joe Linton was just getting assists. But now he's got goal scoring running through his veins. 2-0 just before half-time. It's over into Jetro Willems. Really nice work, actually, there from Ki Sung-young. And he's kept going his run here as Ki Sung-young, the Korean, can make it 3 before half-time. And there you have it. Ki Sung-young gets himself a goal. This game is done before half-time. Really nicely worked as well. Ki Sung-young kind of starting that move as well. Keeps running through, down the channel, gets the ball. Joe Linton now gets himself an assist as well. And it is 3. Pope and Burnley have been already looking as if they might as well just get the coach home. No, they're at home. They don't even need a coach. How disappointing is that? It's going to be a pretty deflated walk home for Burnley after this one, I think. Goals then from Almiron, Joe Linton, and Ki Sung-young mean we're going to go in at the break 3-0 up. I think what it is Burnley are just kind of allowing us to play our usual game as there's a crunching challenge in on Danny Olmo from Robbie Brady. The yellow card. I think Olmo might have picked up an injury there as well. Just confirmation, we have actually got an injury now to Danny Olmo after that pretty poor challenge from Robbie Brady. Milner there plays that one through for Chris Wood. Well saved by Dubravka. It comes though to Barnes, and he slots it past the goalkeeper. Didn't look as if there was going to be a huge amount of danger there, but no centre-back really available, really, to clear the ball away after Dubravka's save. Lascelles was brought out. Cher was kind of out of position because he was trying to block Chris Wood. Yeah, Lascelles, for me, has got to be in that position, I guess. Barnes gets there first. To be fair, Dubravka didn't help himself. It's a really poor save, to be honest. He's just pummeled it straight back into the danger area, you know? You're kind of in that situation where the shot isn't the best. It's pretty much straight at you. You can kind of direct it away. Dubravka hasn't really done that. It should only really be a consolation for Burnley, but it is a shame to lose that clean sheet. We were on the way towards not conceding a goal all episode there for a moment. Might get another one of our own though as McNeil forces the save out of Pope. Joe Linton can't bring it down. Played that into McNeil, then gets it back though, just Danny Olmo, and he's gone down again now. And I said I didn't want to aggravate it. I probably have now. I should have just brought him off from the outset. That change is going to happen. Danny Olmo, along with Miguel Almiron, is coming off. I really hope that injury isn't too bad because we're going into a very busy festive period now as well. Good pressurizing there from Matty Longstaff, fresh off the bench. Matty Longstaff just overruns it slightly, trying to get away from both the defenders there. I didn't feel like I could pull the trigger with that penultimate touch because I bend me all over me. But that is the end of your football match. It's a 3-1 victory. To be fair, it's a good job we got all 3 goals in the first half because the second we were pretty anonymous. It's another man of the match for Joe Linton though. 9.2 rating for himself, a 9 as well for Miguel Almiron. So we've been told here almost picked up an injury. No, don't tell me he's actually out for 2 months. Oh no. How is he out for that long after if he actually aggravated it after that final challenge? How will Danny Olmo's injury impact your squad selection? Oh man, it won't be easy. It won't be easy. I'm gonna be honest, it really will not be easy. We'll try and work something out, but that is a huge blow. That is gonna be massive. Danny Olmo is actually out for 2 months. It's the busiest point of the season. Are you serious? That's probably gonna impact his dynamic potential a little bit as well. So, anyway, it's been a good episode results-wise at least. It sees us move up to 3rd in the Premier League table. Bournemouth are still going strong top at almost the halfway stage. In the background though, now you'll be seeing the Hall of Fame, which is where all the records and accolades are kept for this series. Matty Longstaff almost made himself the youngest goal scorer in the whole series today, but was denied by the woodwork amongst other things. I'm sure he'll be getting a lot more game time in the upcoming episodes, so hopefully he'll be finding that first goal soon. On the goal scoring front, Joe Linton really dominating it. Most assists, most goals, best goal contribution. I'd also love to hear what you think about a fan favourite as well. Sort of putting this off as to ask, you know, what sort of options I should put into a poll. But down in the comments section, let me know who your favourite player in the squad is. Doesn't have to be the best, but literally the player you just enjoy seeing the most, or the player you have the affinity with the most. And in the top right of the screen, you can vote for your player of the episode for today. Plenty of options. Joe Linton once again is up there. Danny Olmo is up there. Yusuf Atal, I'm sure, has got a chance. Donyell Marlon scored twice today. But that is it for today's episode of the Newcastle career mode, and I hope you have enjoyed it. 4 wins from 4, back to very good form in this one. But the injury to Danny Olmo leaves fans worried, and it leaves me worried as well. I want to see Elmo back out on the pitch. If you enjoyed this episode though, slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It's at the official FNG on Twitter and on Insta. But it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.